Let's break down one of the best cold pitch emails that I have ever received that made me stop my scroll and gives us lessons that we can be using inside of our own pitches to make sure that we're getting people's attention and getting the reactions that we actually want. Now, to be clear, this person didn't do their entire research on me, and what they're offering is something that I already do inside of my businesses, and I do not need their help, so I won't be working with them. But they were creative enough in how they pitched this email that it made me stop my scroll, especially in a world where people are going on Facebook every single day saying, I need 3 women who want to write better copy for their emails, or I need 4 people who want to learn more about their finances in a very MLM marketing kind of way that is super spammy and is not going to work and benefit you. Let's talk about how you can be like Lucas and do something that's going to get people's attention and actually potentially move the needle inside of your business. So it starts off with a subject line that says, hey, Cam, I wanted to bring this to your attention. Now, this sounds a little spammy. I don't necessarily recommend that. I almost overlooked this, but I opened it anyway just to double check before I deleted it. And boy, am I glad that I did. So you're going to address that you're speaking specifically to me by using the person's name in your subject line. They're much more likely to actually look at what you are doing. I do recommend a slightly better tagline than that, but whatever floats your boat, whatever gets it open for you. The first thing that he says is, don't panic, KM, but I saw something strange in your YouTube video. That's a hook meant to drag us in. You don't have to use this exact one, but this is something that's going to maybe get our attention a little bit. Again, this kind of sounds like one of those spammy things that I get on Instagram all the time saying, is this your video? So be careful about how you word it, but get the person's attention by saying, I saw something or I heard something, and relate it back to something they did. He very specifically said, I was watching your YouTube video. And then he showed me a graphic. You can actually see that this is a screen grab of the video that I posted today on my channel. But it's a little bit different because if you take a look at this, there's a little something added into this photo. He took this screenshot and edited something into it. It then goes on to say, I don't think that's your pet. So I read its mind and heard this. Okay, this is a little out there. This is a little bit of an interesting twist on this. It's storytelling. It's creating a narrative. It's meant to be outrageous. It's meant to get my attention. And so he edited this little creature into my screen grab, said, I don't think that's your pet, but I read its mind. I read its mind and I know what it's going to say. Now we're in a narrative. Now he's got my attention because he's telling me a story. He's making these things up and it's outlandish and it's weird, but it's interesting weird. He goes on to say, I'll make her mailing list have no automated system that'll make inactive subscribers more engaged, with an emoji there. And so he's added something to my graphic. He said, I read its mind and it said, I'm going to make her mailing list have no automated system that's going to make her inactive subscribers more engaged. And he goes on to say, it sounds like this devil is trying to sabotage you. You don't deserve this, Cam. So I went into the lab. He includes an edited picture of himself as a scientist, which is just so funny. You got to be careful that it's a licensed image if this is something you're going to do. But putting your own face into this is very helpful because, again, this could come off a little bit spammy. It could kind of seem like a scam. So by personalizing it and adding his face, that actually could potentially work to your favor. So having something that shows you're actively looking at that person's content and that's how they found you and how they're engaging with you, and then personalizing it by adding in their image, that's a helpful situation. It goes on to say, after some investigating and coffee, we got jokes. We were relating on the coffee thing, right? I came up with a cure. Part of the cure is using my wake up automation system to warm up the unengaged. The purpose of the system is to, and now we're kind of delivering the content. This is what I have to offer you. This is why it's valuable to you. All of this is very easily written. It's not chunks of information. It's not big paragraphs. It's very simplistic to consume. It says, the purpose of the system is to better understand how to reel inactive subscribers back in and to gain stronger insight into what type of emails the list prefers. So he's telling me what he's going to be offering me and why it benefits me. By delivering information that tells your audience what you have to offer and why it's valuable to them, now you're going to get their attention. He goes on to say, this email will be too long if I named all the benefits, so I'll keep it brief. Do I suggest you give some of the benefits? Yes. Do I suggest you have a link where people can go to your website and actually check out these things? Yes. Do I recommend that it has testimonials on the page? 100%. You're going to want to give more information than this, but this is a great way to be very clear and concise on what you have to offer without wasting their time. Do not ever make someone feel like they're wasting time reading your email. Keep it easy, keep it engaged, keep it funny. This email will be too long if I named all the benefits, so I'll keep it brief. If you're open to me sending you a short video, he's asking for more contact, qualified contact. I have something I want to show you. Can I have your permission to give you more? That is asking people to take action. If they take that action, you are much more likely to convert that into a sale. So he wants to send a short video to go more in depth on how his automation system works. And he then says, best wishes, Lucas. P.S. If you don't know, an automated system is, and he explains it. So if it's something you don't understand, if you're using big words, if you're using something that's not a super common conversation that people have, maybe explain it a little bit. Unfortunately for him, I do that professionally for a living. I teach you guys all about your automated systems, all about your newsletters. All of those things are things I already do. So he's not going to convert me because he didn't do the rest of his research, but he does explain it for people who don't understand, which is probably a valuable thing to be doing. He goes, PPS, this is what the last person I worked with said about me and gave a testimonial. So now let's recap all of this. He has started this email out by using my name to get my attention. He then said, don't panic, I saw something in your video. That could be a really great hook to hook people in. I saw something that is not working well for you. You don't want to necessarily criticize somebody's business or their life or how they're doing things, but you want to, do something to get their attention. I saw this and I wanted to bring this to your attention. That could get them to read more of the email. He then had that screenshot that has my face in it. He shows that he was on my content, at least part of my content he has seen. And this is something we're seeing more and more, having people show screenshots. And some companies are even doing it so that they have themselves talking in a video clip with your website in the background. There's lots of ways that you can be doing this. He goes on to say, I don't think that that's your pet, the thing I edited, and I don't think that's yours, but I read its mind and I know. We've got the humor going on. I cackled my way through this email. Use humor to connect with people. It's going to make a difference and it's going to keep them reading, which is incredibly important. Then he told me all about what it is that he does, how I don't deserve to have whatever is not working in my business, not work in my business, and he wants to help me. So he went to the lab. He adds that humor in there. He has the funny photo. He tries to relate with the coffee conversation, and he came up with a solution for me. He told me just a tiny bit about it and wants to then have a bigger conversation. That could be meet with me to have a conversation. That could be sending me a video with more information. That could be sending me to a website. It could be all sorts of things. But when you can get in that face-to-face capacity, or at least into a conversational capacity with people, that's going to work better for you when you're doing these cold pitch emails or DMs or whatever it happens to be. But this also parlays into our marketing. When you're posting things on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube channel, you can use these same things, the humor, the way that we're getting people's attention, the way that we are speaking directly to them, something that is going to impact them, and be very clear about how that is, and then ask them to have a deeper relationship with you. That's going to work well for you. So there's a lot that we can take away from this. And while, again, I am not going to be working with this company because they didn't finish their research on me to know that I already do these things, he definitely got my attention to the point where we can pull all these marketing tactics from this email and implement them into not only our newsletter, but to our social media marketing as well, and even into our video content creation. If you have questions on this or you want to learn more about this, where we can break this down and really implement some of these tactics into your social media content or into your videos for YouTube, let me know down below. Hit that subscribe and notification bell, because every single day we are helping you to level up on all the social platforms so you can make more money online but spend less time doing it. We will see you in tomorrow's episode as we continue to talk about how you can be more profitable through your social media efforts.